Hello. 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 Hi. Oh gosh. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So my decision is I'm going to be a crazy person and attempt the ocean of Hawaii. And when I beat it, that's the end of the stream. That is my decision, especially since ow. Maybe I need to be farther back. This is probably gonna take me like 200 tries, and I'm probably not gonna be able to beat it. But oh gosh, it gets very, very tight there. I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to do this, and I don't want to look it up because these are pain. Ow. And I don't know if I need to like stand still for a little bit and then start moving. Like, I don't know if I need to like stand here for a little bit and then start moving. And like stand here and then start moving. And stand here and then start moving. And stand here and then start moving. Ow. And then those happen, which means you kind of need to constantly be moving. I don't know. Like, then start moving. And like maybe go down here. Ow, I should have gone down to go around it. I kind of went with it. You never want to go with things. Bad idea, because then you're just going to be moving in the same direction. Ow. I wonder. Okay. I was curious if she was intangible, because some of the last words, they're intangible, so you could literally stand inside of them. Oh, golly! Maybe you're supposed to be like over here. Ow. That's not what I meant to do. Like, be on the far end rather than the closer end. Like, you're supposed to be like here. And then move like this. Ow. I kind of went too fast on that. I really don't understand how this one's supposed to be beaten, even though I've watched it be beaten before. Ow. See, the worst part about this is since I don't know how to do it, I'm not getting upset at it. Ow. Like, I'm not getting upset at it. I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I can't tell. I'm gonna beat it and not even realize it. Ow. do 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 ow! Do 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 ow! I got hit there again. Ow. 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 I meant to go left faster. Ow. Went too far right. I feel like I'm doing it right. I just can't. Especially with that, I know I have to keep moving, but I feel like I'm gonna get hit. Went too far right. But yeah, once I beat this, it's probably gonna be a stream unless I beat it actually relatively quickly. Ow. I'm not going fast enough there. Ow. I have to like stop maybe, but I have to keep moving. Ow. Hey, Ewan. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. I don't think I am. I really don't think I'm doing this right. Yeah, I noticed you haven't been catching them recently. It's all good. I mean, that's the point of VODs. Why I like YouTube, I prefer YouTube, because people who might not be able to watch a stream always have a guaranteed thingy. Ow. Okay, am I doing this right? I feel like I'm not, but at the same time I think I am. I can't tell though. So I'm not getting upset at it yet. Okay, that's what I assumed, but it's hard to tell. Because it feels very, very tight on on it. So it's like, ow. Also, you can probably hear my clicky clacky. But yeah, once I finish this, once I beat this, I was probably gonna end the call the stream, because it was probably gonna take me a while. Because this one seems like a harder one. Oh. Ow. How far did I get on that? Probably like halfway. Yeah, halfway. Ow. Ow, I didn't move fast enough. Ow. Ow. Oh yeah, I watched / read Kyoishi's adventure thingy. It was not good. But not in like the bad, like the way that you probably would think. Ow, I screwed that up. In the way you'd think it was bad because I didn't think it was well written. It was interesting premise. I wish it did more. Like, oh, yeah, that I could tell. I could definitely tell it was full-on fanon. To be fair, it had potential. It had a ton of potential. I actually watched the whole thing in one sitting. That's how invested I was in it. Like, it had a lot of potential. Because the moon boosted her powers. If I understood it right, it was because the moon having caused her to go insane boosted her powers. It was as if she had full, because realistically speaking, they would all be way more stronger than they actually are. That too, that too. It was definitely edgy for the sake of edgy, but I feel like at least that aspect of them being stronger than how they are in canon, I feel is accurate, because in canon they're technically weaker than what they should be. Technically speaking, if I understand Touhou lore right. Since all the characters in Touhou lore don't have any of the recognition that they need to exist, they lose their powers because of that. Because, like, one of the characters, I was reading about some of the lore, some of the characters from, like, Marketeer. Well, that was because Flandre didn't have as much, maybe? That one I didn't get. Like, that was one of my biggest issues. Flandre losing to Kyoishi so easily, like, losing Kyoishi in the first place. That was one thing. Mako actually legitimately dying at the end. That one was dumb. That one didn't make sense. Oh my gosh, what's the Foggy Girl's name? Konika? Oh my gosh, I forgot Foggy Girl's name. Why? For some reason, names just float out of my head. But she just... Suwako. That was it. Yeah, Suwako. She just kind of just laying there. Didn't have any wounds. She was just vibing. Not transformed. She was literally just sitting there. And I don't know if she was supposed to be implied to not be dead. Even though there was one of those moon things there. But because they never came out with a part 9, so I assume there is no ending. It doesn't end. It actually legitimately has no ending. They get the guy who originally made it got to 8/9 of the last part of the last episode thing, because the last episode was broken into 9 parts, and he got to part 8, and then it literally just ended with Kyoishi getting slapped upside the head by oh my gosh, what is her name? Oh my gosh, people's names. Yeah. Yukari. Getting slapped by Yukari. And then Yukari does a speech. And then Kyoishi's like, nah, though. And then it ends. And then there's no part 9. Every single yokai is dead. Every yokai is dead. The earth became... and that's it. Also, reason I'm spoiling it is because it's not good. It's not good. I don't care if I'm spoiling it. It's not good. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's why I'm spoiling it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. In terms of fan stuff, I did not find it worth watching the whole thing. It was interesting, and if I was to make my own, I would take a lot of elements from it. The bad art style, I enjoyed the art style. I enjoyed the fact that it switched art styles like 10 times through the entire thing. That I thought was fun. Like every other part, like changed art style. Got better, got worse. It was interesting. Because it showed the growth of a person as a creator. And that was interesting. But there was just too many flaws with it, I found. Well, okay, like I said, she's not actually intentionally killing anyone. That was actually the whole point. She's actually not intentionally killing people. Well, she is, but not because Kyoishi's wanting to kill people. Kind of. Well, she does do it, like, later. Like, Kyoishi does intentionally. But you can view it as, like, a baby with a knife. Baby don't know what to do with the knife. Baby starts swinging the knife around. Baby gets a lot of people killed. I view it like that in that instance, but, like, at the very beginning... Later on, technically, sort of, kind of. At the very beginning, no, not really. Actually, for a different reason. Like I said, the moon causes people to go insane. Because the moon people are causing people to go insane. So, Kyoishi sees the moon when she leaves, and when she gets to the Scarlet Devil Mansion, that's when, you know, she's insane and starts just actively attacking people. And she gets better because... reasons? That one I didn't get. And some characters dying didn't make sense either. There was a lot of death that made no sense. Yeah, that was cringe. That was kind of cringe. Now, if it was made by someone who had a little more understanding of Touhou characters, how they work and stuff, even then, maybe not. But like someone who had a more in-depth idea of what they were going to do with it, because there's like plot points. There was like a whole plot point with Byakuin that kind of went nowhere. Legitimately, pretty much went nowhere. There was a whole plot thing with Marissa that kind of went nowhere. There's a whole plot thing with Miko that went nowhere. There was a whole plot thing with Remu that went nowhere. There was a whole plot thing with a lot of characters that just kind of went nowhere. Because it didn't matter. Because the two main characters were Yukari and Yoichi. Those are the two main characters. Now, the things that happen that does a thing made Kyoishi look very cute. Kyoishi looked very, very cute. And I wish that was canon, because it was adorable. Do you want me to tell you? Because it's technically a spoiler. I don't know why I thought it was so cute, but it was. Okay. The problem with it is that that's how it starts, kind of. But it ends up being pretty much just not that. Kyoishi kind of honestly takes a back seat very, very hard. So that they can have crazy dumb killing people in it. Oh yeah. Suwako, yeah. Suwako's whole plot point. Completely gone. Didn't matter. That was another one that got me. Because it just made no sense. Okay, I'm done with spoilers, by the way. I did spoil a whole lot, but... whatever. But, yeah, I really think one of the biggest flaws was that it threw Kyoishi to the wayside for way too long. And it wasn't just a story about Kyoishi going around accidentally doing things that seriously injured people. You know? Like, it really, really felt like it was an unintentional thing where where the creator wanted to put more Touhou characters in it, and then they realized they went too far, so they went, I need to end this now. And then they went to try and end it, and then they kind of... real life stuff probably happened, and then they forgot about it. Or real life stuff happened, and something happened to them, so they couldn't finish it. Because no one knows it's supposed to be what happened to the person, from my understanding. Because the last part came out in like 2014, I think. And it hasn't been updated since. Yeah, that kind of gets... well, there's two things with that. There's actually a couple things with that. That's very, very weird. Okay. At the very beginning, Kyoishi is not the only... okay, I'm not gonna... I don't know how to explain this in a way without spoiling. But... there's a reason for the mailing... there's a reason for the Koishi thing. There's a reason for the mailing thing. Then there's a reason why everyone was just kind of okay with it. Because, well, they weren't. That happens in, like, episode 4, I think. But, yeah. In all honesty, there was a lot of flaws with it that I honestly don't... yeah, no, I got mad at it because I stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning watching it. Going, I need to finish this. I can't just finish this later. I need to finish this now so I can... because I'll be left with a cliffhanger, essentially. And I couldn't do that. So I was like, I'm gonna finish this now. Ow. And I was very, very disappointed. Now, if someone else made a similar story, a dark Touhou story where characters die, I think it'd be interesting. I think it's a great concept. But only if they either A, at the end reverse everything, and have it be only set characters are able to or only characters remember the events that happen and they grow from it, because then it can be considered like, oh, it's fanon, but it could totally exist in canon. You know, I like those types of stories. Those types of fanfics. Because it's like, oh, this could exist in canon, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Also, hi, Applesauce. You just missed me talking about a cringe Touhou horror fanfiction. That was actually kind of bad. Ow. How's your applesauce reserves today, buddy? Yeah. It's not worth reading. It's more interesting just to look at and go, this is how you not do a thing. So, that's good to know. I hope you know every time you show up, I will ask you about your applesauce. Because your applesauce is interesting. Yeah, those are my favorite types of fiction, of fan fiction-like things. That's why I kind of like Lost Words, because it sets itself apart by saying that it's not real canon, and there's characters that you get in it that are canon. I do kind of wish Touhou Lost Words had a sub-story where actual canon stuff happens. It just gives like a what the fans think of in those situations. I feel like I'm getting better at this. Because right now I have not... Ow. I got hit by that again. What is that called? Cancel the conclusion. What's cancel the conclusion about? Oh gosh, I get hit by that same bullet. Make me cry? Why? Is it because it's sad? Or is it because it's like depressing? Or is it because it's scary? Oh, is it a game? Oh, it's a game. Oh, okay, I thought it was like a fan fiction story. Oh, I screwed up there. I went too far up. Oh, I'm talking about Lost Words. It's a technically a licensed Touhou mobile game. Yeah. And technically Touhou came out in what, 1992? Was it 1992 that, oh my gosh, Highly Responsive to the Prayer that came out? Was it 1992? The 2004 was 2004? 6? No. 2001 was 6, right? No. I don't remember now. Oh. 2002. It was 2002. Okay. I thought it was 2001 or 2002. I'm assuming Imperishable Night came out in 2004. 1995. Okay. I was close. I said what? 1994? I think I said 1994. Ow. This really does feel like a just perfect the stream. But yeah, I really wish Lost Words had... Ow. That had a section for the A's, which are the A characters, all the Touhou characters that are from canon, but aren't. They're from the A characters are from canon, but if the canon incident continued for eternity, which is an interesting concept. I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of. Like, what would happen to Cherno if the Scarlet Devil, the Scarlet Mist incident went on for eternity? And stuff like that. That bits I think is interesting. Ow! I moved over into it. Man, this is hard. It's the last word, and it's hard, but like, I kinda understand how to do it, but I feel like once you get so far, it's... Yeah, in Lost Words, there's a unit type called the A series, which are all based on, the character's source game, and if that incident never ended. So like, the A6, which is, of course, embodying Scarlet Devil, you have Remu and Marissa who just weren't strong enough to get into the, Scarlet Devil mansion. And so they're never able to get rid of the Scarlet Mist, so the Scarlet Mist just keeps going. It just doesn't stop, and so everything's blotted out. It explains that all crops are dying, but like, characters like Cherno get stronger, like, Cherno's now super duper strong because of it. Because she was able to sit there within the Scarlet Mist and get stronger. And stuff like that. It's interesting. And like part of the reason, it's like Marissa just... Cherno is still blue, but all of her ice is red. Like, her ice is fire. Because it's made from freezing the mist itself. So she freezes the air so much that the Scarlet Mist itself freezes, and then she blows it up. That's her last word in the game, which is like the super move. Yeah, there's Blonde Ryzen, which is actually just a robot. It's because that Ryzen's a robot. It's a Ryzen robot that was being controlled by Junko. But Junko's a child. Kind of. Like, Junko's body is, like, more in line to what her model appears in-game. So she's actually, like, a little child looking. She's a lolly. Yeah, it's Junko, but Junko looks like her model from the game. Directly. So, like, yeah. Hey, it's not as bad as, Yuyuko. Or, Black Yumu. Or, Blue Remu. I like to call it Blue Remu. With, like, that accent, because it's funny to me. Blue Remu is funny to me, because it implies she straight up, like, kills Ibuki? Is that the ogre's name? Is that how you say it? I feel like I'm the Oni with the gourd. I forget her name. I know it starts with an I, but I forget Suiko. I was even wrong. It didn't start with an I. I don't know why I got her name wrong. Taking me a while to remember everyone's name. There's like 100 of them. Apologies. But yeah, it implies that she kills her. Ibuki! I was right! I was right! Okay, I'm not crazy. I just call her by her last name. First name? Her first name. Technically. Suika Ibuki. Yeah, her. It implies that she sacrifices her. So that she can directly commune with a god, I think? The god of the Hakurai Shrine? I think that's what it implies. Because her last word, she literally summons the ghost and or dead body of Ibuki to perform one of Ibuki's spell cards, and then Remu does her own spell card. Fantasy Seal, I think. Ibuki does one, and then she does Fantasy Seal. I forget which one Ibuki does. And that's her last. Well, that's just people being full of lulz. There's probably an actual... Zune probably has an idea of what he wants the god to be. Ow. I'm trying to stay as far left as I can, because I feel like I need to. But yeah, but right now, what's really funny is, oh gosh. Ow. What I think is really funny is right now in the game's, like, story mode, the main characters, because the main character's whole thing is that they're able to jump between worlds, and the whole point is to restore that world's word that has been lost, because when a word has been lost, it directly changes how that world functions. So, like, in the first world is, like, the gimmick, as, like, the teach you how this whole thing works. Um, yeah, that'd be interesting. But the whole thing is like, uh, like the first one's world is like missing a word that destroys the boundary of Gensokyo. So Gensokyo itself is folding in on itself. And so they have to find the word, but no one knows the word. And so you, as the player character, are the only one who can find the word. Because your book that you carry around saves a copy of everything, of past events of Gensokyo, your own events that you've seen, and characters. So your book allows you to summon characters, and that is the reason for the whole gacha element. Your gachas are literally you summoning the memory of the character themselves, which is why you're able to use them in battle. It's like a puppet, but with like memories and stuff, sort of. That definitely helped a little bit. Ow! What did I run into? One of the tiny bullets or one of the big bullets? Couldn't tell. Ow. Really can't tell how I'm supposed to be doing this after I get so far. Cause like I get this far, I get so far as to the part. Ow. Kind of ran into that. But yeah, it's interesting. And I like stories like that because it's like you can tell there's fanon aspects. Yuko is eats a bunch. Yumu is way more capable than she really should be in universe. Like after playing through these games, I've noticed that Yumu is actually just an idiot. Like she is just an idiot. She's a responsible idiot, but she's an idiot. So it's like the way she acts in Lost Words, she's not really an idiot very much. Same deal with Remu, Bumu, and Marissa. They're kind of not idiots in the game. They're a lot more capable, even though they probably would be. Exactly. Yumu is half-baked, but she doesn't appear half-baked as Yumu. Now, Yumu the Mysterious Swordmaster is not half-baked, but you could assume that's because she's a literal swordmaster and has years of, training of actual murder and stuff like that. Ow. So that makes sense. But like base Yumu also is kind of more serious. Like, especially in the rerun event that's going on right now, where she's helping the Scarlet Devil Mansion because the what's her face had made. I'm trying to use too much brain power. But yeah, she's like having to do her own thing, and so she needs extra mates. So Flandry and Yumu help Flandry, Yumu, and Mei-Ling help and as mates. That's the whole thing. But Yumu acts way too way too smart. In all honesty, like she still has her dumb moments, but it really does feel like she's not actually as dumb as she should be. If that makes sense. I think I have to be closer to the shooty bang bang. I need to be like right here. Ow. Yeah. She's literally half a person. I do like how it implies she becomes like a rabbit. She becomes like a Lunarian, sort of. Like she gets the eyes of a rabbit in the good ending of this, of her run. Like, ow. I kind of wish the health bar stayed after you get hit so you knew how far you had left to go. I'm getting this far out. Getting like that far, which is halfway through. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Christopher. It's really nice having you just pop in. Yeah. But I thought it was neat. Which makes me wonder what would happen if she kept looking at the moon. Yeah. Which makes me think that Yuko just really doesn't care. Like, she's indifferent to the world itself. Ow. Yeah, like, that makes me think that Yuko is, like, indifferent to the world around her. And so, Yuko's just like, it's fine, it's fine. Which kind of makes sense since she is kind of like a bastion of death itself. Ow. No, I have not seen Marissa's good end. Because I absolutely despise using... Like, I love Marissa as a character, I love her speed, I love everything about Marissa. I just hate that her both her and Alice's shot type is directly in front of her. You get no range, so you have to Ow. I keep running into that same one. You pretty much have to constantly be underneath the opponent. And that can be definitely frustrating. A lot more frustrating than I'd want to admit. So if I did do it, I'd want to do it on easy mode. But I've already done it on easy mode. Because I got mad, I did Marissa's easy mode to get the neutral ending. Because I got mad. I was like, I'm mad at Apollo. I'm gonna do this now. Ow. But I'm assuming Marissa's good ending is gonna be hilarious. It's probably gonna be Marissa and Alice being housewives. Who are acting like an angry married couple. Ow. Yeah, this is definitely identical shot every single time. Her pattern there. This is identical every single time. So it's just mastering the stream. The goobers, exactly. That's perfect. Ow. This really does feel like I need to do this perfectly. I hate those. I hate ones that have very few margin of error. But it does make me feel awesome when you do it. But gosh, is it frustrating to try and do it. Ow. Because now that I feel like I know how I'm supposed to do it, now the frustration's gonna set in. So I need to keep in talkie stream. So I don't go insane. And that's how I beat Apollo, is by focusing on doing talkie. Ow. I ran into that. I looked at it and went, I'm gonna run into that. Okay. But yeah, I do kind of wish Touhou like there was a Touhou book that like explained what characters' actual power levels are. Because based on the Touhou lore, from my understanding, most characters' strength is actually severely nerfed by just existing in Gensokyo in the first place. And like the reason they're the appearance they are is technically because that is what they themselves manifest themselves as, since they can no longer be manifested in an appearance that manifested into an appearance that the masses would fear. Because yokai work by you being afraid of them or having an emotional understanding or something related to them. In terms of gods, it's faith. In terms of monsters, it's fear. And that fuels them. That fuels their existence. But while in Gensokyo, they have to fuel their own strength, from my understanding. So that's how they're able to manifest their own form. So they no longer need that. But it does affect their strength. One, like, sort of deal. Which is why they all still try to scare humans. So that they can get fear. Like how Missy's whole thing is she tries to scare people in the middle of the night. And if she actually was successful at that, a lot more than she probably is, she'd probably be a lot stronger. Probably not as strong as some of the gods and stuff, but she'd definitely be stronger than what she is. I also would like to know how strong Marissa and Remu actually are in terms of everyone else. Because they technically beat like characters like Katsuya and stuff that are supposed to be considered like the strongest Touhou characters. Which kind of doesn't make sense unless in lore she just kind of gives up and not actually takes it seriously. Ouch. Which is kind of like, I guess that makes sense for Hikashia Hikatibabadabuba. Like, personality, I guess. That would be technically maybe. Because I think her powers are directly influenced by the god of Hakurai Shrine. Same deal as Sanaya's. Sanaya's strength is directly tied to the faith that people have in her and the people that have faith in the shrine itself. Since she's a living god, she absorbs faith as well, which makes her stronger. So the more faith she has herself, the stronger she is, technically. It's like the god in Marketeers. I read the story of Marketeers because I was curious on the characters. Like the god of the Marketeer game, like the reason the whole game happens is because the god of Marketeers, the god of markets that comes into Gensokyo, because the way the markets changed in the outside world, she wasn't gaining any faith anymore. Because her faith, yeah, Chimada's whole faith was like attached to the like the actual marketplaces on the street corners, because it was like direct transaction of rights and stuff. But now in the time of the internet, that doesn't exist anymore, so she gets no faith. So she goes into Gensokyo and creates the ability card market so that she can gain faith through that, because that's how she gains faith. So her whole point of that was to get stronger, was to regain what she had lost. Now, of course, funny wolf bird person, funny haha bird wolf person, was like, you know what, I'm going to abuse this relationship, and I'm going to make money off it. And so that's what funny bird person does. Funny short bird person does. Ow. A funny bird short person goes, I'm going to make money off of this, and then proceeds to make money off of it. And they get into an argument, and they go, no. Your goal was not to make money here. That was just a fancy side benefit. Huh. Really? Interesting. Well, that makes sense since, Anki is in that game. That kind of makes sense. But, like, ow. But, yeah. But, like, I'm just curious to know what they're, like, at their peak, what their appearance would have been, and what their strength would have been in relations to everyone else. Because, like, Yukari, like, how strong is Yukari? Is Yukari, like, actually super duper strong? Oh, I was so close. I had one more cycle. I would have 100% done it, too. I would have done it, too. If I didn't run into that. I would have done it. That was the run. That was the run. Well, it wasn't, but if I didn't do that, it would have been the run. Ow. But yeah, like, I'm just curious of that. And, like, I'm curious of... Technically, yeah. Technically speaking, yes. Like, to get into Gensokyo, you have to either break through the barrier, find a gap in the barrier, or be completely forgotten. Now, if I'm understanding right, there's 3 ways to get in Gensokyo. Be completely forgotten by the outside world, come in through a gap, or physically break your way in. Or be allowed entry by one of the sages, I believe. You have to be allowed entrance by one of the sages. Because all the sages have an ability that allows them to allow people entrance. I would assume. It'd be like, the hidden god, I forget her name, wheelchair girl. Forget her name. Well, she's not technically in a wheelchair. But I wish she was. Because that would have been fun. Not funny, but it would have been interesting. That's the word I was looking for. It would have been interesting. As a character. But no, she just vibes in a chair. She just vibes in a chair, and sometimes she's too lazy to walk, so she just chills in a wheelchair. Missed opportunity. Would have been hilarious if it was a god. Well, not hilarious, but like interesting. I'm saying hilarious in like the wrong sense. But yeah, that would have been interesting. But yeah. So I would be interested to know what, like, how you get on the good side of some of the sages. Like, I would love it if there was a game where someone got in by physically destroying the barrier. And that was the whole concept of the game, was to figure out how to, like, having to, like, stop them from completely destroying the barrier. Because that was their goal, was to destroy the barrier. It was like a human sort of deal. Like how, the magical girl was, the PSI girl. Get her name. But like more direct. Like, more directly human antagonistic. But it was just a human. It wasn't a yokai. It was just like a magical girl. It was just a human with a gun. Yeah. But like, it'd be interesting if just like a character, like the final, like the stage 6 boss, like stage 5 boss, yokai person, or god, or special human with magical gifts. Stage 6 boss. Just just an old lady with a gun. Like an old general lady with a gun. And that was her whole thing, where she's just an old person with a gun. Like, I don't know why I think that'd be funny or interesting as a character, but just another human, not magical, not anything, just a normal 100% human who just broke into Gensokyo. Straight up just broke into Gensokyo and just had a gun. And all the spell cards were just them shooting a gun. They were like in the middle of chatting with Remu or Marissa or whoever else was the player character. They like straight tell them, yeah, they just straight tell them, you know, you can't just shoot us, right? You gotta follow the spell card rules. And the person's just like, what do you mean spell card rules? I have a gun. And it's just like a small argument of them explaining, like trying to explain the spell card rules, and then the guy's just going, or the girl's just going, but I have a gun. What do you mean? I have a tank on the other side of this barrier. I want this tank in here. What do you mean, the rules? I have a gun. And so like if it was Marissa, the cards actually have names because Marissa is naming them, which allows the cards to be used general untraditional nature. No, 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 don't do that to me. No, don't do this to me. That's going to exist. Don't do this to me. Oh my gosh. And all the characters are all the yokai or other characters, like all the bosses are like you said, untraditional things, or looks like people using special, like a robot, like someone who uses like a robot suit, like a mech suit, like a girl in a mech suit. Or in a magical girl, like an actual just straight shoujo, maho, shoujo type of magical girl. And then, like, maybe a fairy that's, like, actually smart as, like, the mid-boss of one stage. And something like, or, like maybe stage 1, fairy that's super smart that makes a mech suit so it becomes stronger. Stage 2, a magical girl. Stage 3, a cadet that's actually like a kimono girl, like maybe like a wolf girl or something. But some type of kimono type of character that allowed them to get entrance into Gensokyo, because they were forgetting them. So somehow this character knew that Gensokyo existed because of that, and allowed him to get there in the first place. Then stage or maybe that's stage 4. And then, like, maybe stage 3 is just... Oh, no. Stage 1, some random yokai that gets caught up in the middle, trying to make a quick buck or something. Maybe Nitari being used again. Because Nitari sees, like, all this technology laying around, and goes, I want this technology. So she goes there. And so she's stage 1. And she goes, well, all this tech and all this gears and all this machinery is coming from that way. It's all being, like, this path of just tech is just going in that direction. So you follow it. And then stage 2 is the fairy with the robot suit. Stage 3 is the magical girl. Stage 4 is the kimono that allows them to know where Gensokyo is. Stage 5 is, like, the lieutenant. That's, like, just a human that has, like, psychic abilities. Not like a Maho Shoujo, but like, just, human with some psychic abilities. And then stage 6 is just a character with a gun. And then stage 7 is like a god that wanted this all to happen in the first place. I don't know what god, but just a god that wanted it all to happen in the first place. Yeah, no, unironically, something like that. Unironically, that. Like, just, like, gets to the final thing, how did you even get here in the or, like, gets to the cadet, goes, what are you doing here? How did you get here? And stuff like that, and it's just like, well, I knew Gensokyo existed, so I just put it in my GPS, and it kind of just pointed us in a random direction. Like, it, like, spun, and just pointed us in random directions, so we just kind of followed it as it was spinning, and it brought us to the barrier. And since I was being forgotten, or I knew a way of getting through it, because I'm a yokai and other reasons, I was able to get us all in. No, it'd be interesting, like, no, like, the Remu's ending would be like, her actually giving, like, talking to Yukari, being like, so, what is up with the barrier? Why aren't you doing your job? And Yukari's just like, you know, there's just too much ground to cover in such short time. And ever since I woke up, it's just I haven't been able to cover the whole perimeter. You know? And it's just, like, shows a picture of, like, Remu, like, legit, like, with, like a hammer and a board, like, nailing a board to the barrier. I mean, like, is this, and, like, just asking Yukari, being like, will this really help? And Yukari just like, yeah, it'll just disappear and become physically a part of the barrier once it's finished, once you're done here. And so, like, to repair the barrier, she straight up just nails, like, a board to it. And it just, like, fuses with the barrier. And then maybe, like, the extra stage, the reason why someone wanted to gain, like, maybe the reason that god or that yokai wanted to get into Gensokyo in the first place, because they couldn't get in themselves. The reason why they wanted it to be broken open was so they could get in. They could actually get in so that they could get to Yukari, because they have a personal grudge against Yukari. No, I'm not, Javi. I am not. I'm getting distracted with a theoretical TOUHOU XX gun. Ow. Well, I'm getting better at the stage, though. I am getting better at the stage, though. That's important. I am getting better. Ow. But I got a little bit excited over, the idea of a TOUHOU where where the final boss is just a lady with a gun. Not a yokai, not a magical girl, not a special superhuman girl, not a god, not a beast, not a anything. Just some old lady who came in with a gun. And it was, and like the character actually looks like an old person, not just like a, like, oh, this is a, ow, this is an old person but not really appearance, you know? But like a character that would appear as if in TOUHOU's like art style, oh, this would be what an old person would look like. I don't know who that is, but yes. Ow. I don't know who that is, but yes. Whatever that means, yes. Ow. I'm going to make an announcement. I probably do, but you need to understand my memory of names is terrible. I would forget my own name if I didn't have to say it every single day. I'd like to note this. I forget my own age half the time. My memory is not the best. I have to repeat a thing a billion times before it is even possibly still going to stick in my head. Oh! Okay, Browning, okay. See, that's all you had to say, and now I know exactly who you're talking about. And yes, exactly. You see, names mean nothing to me. What they reference or descriptors thereof is what matters to me. Those are what I'm able to do stuff with. Doesn't matter how much you try to like say the person's name. If I don't know the person, I don't know him. But if you tell me, hey, it's a dude, he likes guns, and he has a company named after him, or a gun brand, or a type of gun that's named after him, or a bullet that's named after him, or part of a gun. It'd be like saying like, I don't know who Samuel Colt is, but I know what a Colt is, so I know who Samuel Colt is. No! I wanted to end it there, so I was backing up so I couldn't... I should have kept moving in a circle. How close was I? Was I like 1 second away? I bet I was like 1 second away, wasn't I? I was 1 second away, wasn't I? I was like 1 second away, wasn't I? If I had gone past that bullet, I would have won, wouldn't I? Oh, I'm so mad. I am so angry. Oh my god, I'm... Oh, okay, I need a moment. I need a moment. I should just went past that bullet. I really should. I saw it. I went, I need to go past this bullet. But I'm afraid I'm going to get hit by this bullet, and I'm not going to win. So I'm going to stay where I am and hope I have enough time to destroy it. To beat him. I didn't. If I literally went past that bullet, I would have beat it. I feel like I'm missing a character's name, or that's misspelled. Is that Lapis? Are you talking about Lapis? Are you talking about, Lolke? Extra stage? Or is that a different character? Because... Okay, I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell it, is it? I don't... Okay, yeah, no, there's an A between the C and the T. There's an A between the C and the T. There's an A between the C and the T. That's why it was confusing me. I was like... Oh, and there's no second C. There's no second C. There. That's how it's spelled. That very much confused me. I was like, what? At least I think that's how it's supposed to be spelled. That's how it's spelled on the wiki. Anyway. Okay. But yeah, I know who Browning is now. Because you went gun. And I went, oh, okay. Because in my head, you said south. I was like, oh, is Browning some, like, no, it's... Ewan, there's like a billion Touhou characters. Being able to remember how to spell even 2 of them is impressive. Ow. And dang, even like, in this hypothetical Touhou gun, the final boss who's just a character, the stage 6 boss who is just a old lady with a gun, could be like a, could be just like a reference to like Cult. Or like a famous general. And like all the characters' names could be references to guns. Because there's a big gun culture in Japan, oddly enough. Even though no one really owns guns. It's all like models and fakes. But there's still a gun culture. A pseudo one, but it's still there. Ow. Too late. Moved too soon. Too late. Oh, I have a ton. I have a goofy amount. I have an actual Looney Tunes levels of them. Ow. I went into that. I have a Looney Tunes vaults worth of them. It's funny. Yeah, no, there's probably like 3 next to me right now. To be fair, none of them are loaded. To be fair, none of them probably fire because I haven't cleaned them in like forever. Because I haven't gone hunting, and a lot of them were my father's. Ow. And a lot of them were my father's who, you know, ain't around no more. So, they're kind of technically mine now. I moved over too late. I saw that yellow one, I went, oh, I need to move over. I know enough about guns. Okay, YouTube. What the heck are you doing? I'm almost positive there's not 0 people in my stream right now. Oh! I'm almost certain there's literally no one here and that literally no one is chatting. I'm probably pretty sure of that one. Especially since I can literally... Oh, yeah, that's a little better. I also don't think there's that few people because I know at least you in. And... Oh, I thought that was farther to my left. I don't know why. Oh, I will do nothing. Because they need to be cleaned. And probably none of them except for like 2 fire. To be fair, I'd love to go hunting and or range shooting. Oh, I was too far right. Sure went for the left. But I'd love to go range shooting. But I A, don't have the time, B, don't have the money, C, don't have the patience to go and clean the guns. Because I know how. Father taught me. But I don't exactly have the patience for that right now. Because they need deep cleaning, oiling, and... Well, not oiling, but like, greasing and the like. Get into working condition. That, and I also don't trust firearms that have not been cleaned regularly. Because with my luck... You can get affordable ones. Now, to be fair, to get the joke of someone comes to rob you and you have a firearm for defense and protection, but you have so little money in your pocket that it would cost more to fire your gun than to just get robbed. That's an actual thing. Like, I'm not even joking. Sometimes it's not worth firing your gun for all the hassle that it's worth and all the money that it's worth. Which is really, really funny. Oh, that would be funny. It wouldn't cost you a liver, it would cost you 2 livers and a leg. Oh, I was like, I need to move, and I was like, I need to go. But, it's like, it'd be a great example would be if I just walked around with my dad's old bore revolver. That's what we call it. Just a big revolver that shoots big caliber bullets. Specifically for bores. To literally just take them down in just 1 second. Quickly as possible. Be able to whip out in case of an emergency while you're on the trails for a boar, because it's quicker to pull out a revolver or a sidearm than it is to pull out a rifle off your back, especially with the fact that a normal handgun, like basic, maybe a 9mm, stuff like that, aren't gonna have the stopping power to stop a boar immediately, whereas a heavy-duty revolver with big caliber bullets will probably stop a boar very, very quickly. So, if I went and, had that for self-defense on the, open carry, concealed carry, stuff like that. In all honesty, I don't carry enough money to justify even shooting it for self-defense. I don't remember. I just know it is a massive caliber for a handgun, or a revolver specifically. I just remember it being a massive caliber in comparison. Like, I think the only guns, that caliber we had specifically only for that gun. Oh. And I think maybe one of our rifles. I think. I wish, because that would be hilarious. Just overkill. Just absolute overkill. Now, don't make me start talking about guns, because I know admittedly, I know very little about guns, like, specifics. But I know a lot about general stuff and what I've experienced personally. So... yeah, and that's probably why we wouldn't be shooting those, because boar is actually very tasty food. And it's worth actually preserving as much as possible. Especially since that's both A, good for the environment, and B, good for the wallet. Plus, it's tasty in general. You know what's actually, I think, is kind of funny? A lot of people aren't a fan of trophy hunters, even though a lot of trophy hunters actually hold on to the meat. They don't just let it sit out there. Ouch. They actually, a lot, do take the meat back and take it and sell it to a processor so that they can process it and then sell it themselves as processed meat. Because that's decent money for what it's worth. If you're out just to enjoy the shooting and the hunt itself, and you don't need the meat, I mean, that's good money. Worth it. No, let me play that. It's not good money, but it's money. Especially with the cost of shooting a gun is out. It just is worth it doing it. So a lot of trophy hunters, or like if it's like trophy hunters out in like the more remote regions, they will leave the meat for they'll leave the meat for like local family, like local regions, you know. Because like a lot of times they'll have guides that take them to those places, and the guides will take the meat themselves so that they can process it themselves and then feed it to their families or feed it to their village or the community or what have you. Now, to be fair, that's not all. To be fair, that's not all, or even probably a majority, but that is still a thing that a lot of people suggest doing because it saves money and it's good for the environment. Oh, I thought I was farther. I'm getting closer to being it. I'm shocked. I thought this was gonna take me way longer to get to know it. I'm just slowly getting better at the stream. Oh yes, I'm doing some mistakes, but it's like those are just like minor mistakes. Oh, like that. That was a minor mistake that I shouldn't have made. I should have waited for a second. Oh boy. I don't know if Ewan's still there, but if you are, oh gosh, I saw that message. Give me a minute. Ow. Probably. I mean, it'll still probably take me 2 hours, but I'm at a point where if I do it right, I will be able to do it. Like, I almost beat it once already. I just flubbed it up. Like, I know the pathing, and the only times I die is because I'm screwing up like that. But I know the pathing, and so as long as I keep talking, I'll be able to do it. Plus, me doing this is definitely helping me in more than just that, because being able to talk while doing a thing and streaming is a very important skill to have while streaming. Plus, it keeps me calm and keeps me relaxed, so I'm not panicking, I'm not freaking out over failure after I've already figured it out. Because I figured it out, and now it's just a matter of me completing it. Now let me know if the music is getting too much. I can switch it to my BGM. It might be a little bit more a little bit more annoying listening to my BGM other than this, because this is a, how the kids say, a bop. Ow. I know you still get points after getting hit. I think that's funny. Ow. I was trying to be fancy. I should have just stayed with what I was doing. Trying to be fancy, trying to be fancy for some reason. Ow. Oh, I didn't see that yellow bullet. I didn't see that yellow bullet. I thought it was already back to being the one-shot pattern. Oh. Okay, no, you're fine. I just didn't know if, like, something came up. You're good, Ewan. I hope you enjoyed dinner. You'll have a VOD of either another 30 minutes, another hour, or 2 minutes to watch. Oh, I thought I wasn't that far over. Oh no, you're fine. I mean, that's the point. That's the whole reason why I'm on YouTube. It's so that you don't have to worry about catching live. You have a VOD to watch. That's the whole point of why I stream on YouTube rather than Twitch. And then because I feel like there's a better audience on YouTube than you can get on Twitch, in my opinion. Like, not to say the audience being bad, but like, the way you get the audience, I feel like is a lot... I thought it was farther forward for some reason. Is a lot better for, on the creator side, in my opinion. Because I feel like on Twitch, you can easily get a big following from someone, you know, rating you. But that's not an organic following. That's someone else's following deciding to follow you too. I would prefer to gain an organic following through my own efforts, or to prove my own efforts. No, I'm not slandering no one. My whole point is I prefer the way you obtain a following through YouTube over Twitch is my point. Not that either way is bad or the audiences are bad in either way. Just I prefer one way over the other. And I understand the merits of both, you know. Trust me, if you're a fan of mine, you understand that the way I talk is very, very bad. You should understand by now. You should understand by now that I am a terrible speaker. Ow, I thought I was gonna beat it. But don't worry, Javi. Don't worry. I slandered no one. But maybe you. I'm joking, I'm joking. That was a joke. Oh. For some reason I thought it would be faster. Or I'd go over faster. Okay. Now I can't stop thinking about a theoretical Touhou gun. I feel like I am now obligated to make a fan... Ow. A fan thing of that now. I feel like I'm actively obligated to make a fan thing of that. Oh! Stupid red bullet! Stupid red bullet! That didn't happen. I did not almost beat it and get hit by a red bullet. I did not get that far and then get hit by a stray red bullet. I did not. The color red does not exist in my peripherals. Wait. Color red does not exist at all. There is no such thing as red. Red is not real. It's a figment of your imagination. Didn't happen. Yellow doesn't exist either. Yellow doesn't exist either. How goes my... Okay. That kind of tilted me a little bit. Ain't gonna lie. Oh. I felt like I needed to move. But yeah, you can see I just need that one run. I have it down, I just need to get that run. For some reason in my head, I didn't think I was that far forward. Like, I lost track of my character. I lost track of my character. But this is using all of my focus to pay attention to everything around my character. Oh, blue. It was blue this time. I think I'm getting so far into it now, I'm no longer mad at or frustrated at my inability to do it now. I'm more frustrated at... What the? I wasn't expecting that. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna breathe here for a second. Oh gosh. Si, senor. No, I don't know Spanish at all. But I know some Spanish people, and there are some Spanish words I know. Okay, I can actually show you. Okay. So, see those? Those are each shooting a bullet going in a direction. They are spinning, and the bullets, as they are hitting the walls, is bouncing back towards wherever I was when they hit the wall. So, if I was staying here, the bullets that just hit the wall, like wherever I'm standing or positioned. Thank you. But wherever I was standing, the bullets are being hit off the wall are going to that exact position. Which is why I can slightly move to the left and right and not get hit by most bullets, because most of the bullets are being fired at that moment of me moving over, are being aimed at the position I was just at. Which is how you're technically supposed to do this. I think I'm going too fast, honestly, but I don't think I am. I think I'm going just the right speed on it. Ow. But yeah. I might not actually finish this today, but I'm to the point where I can very easily beat it. Okay, I wanted to see what would happen. Oh! Hello, Amon. How you doing? Welcome to me being beaten up by a immortal NEET. Question, is that Megumin as your profile picture? If so, it is cute. Even though I can only see, like... Ow. A tiny, tiny little bit of it. I can literally only see what looks like Megumin's hat, her holding it with one hand, and what appears to be blue clothing. Either like a blue backpack on her front, or blue something. Yeah, I've pretty much gotten this set down. I'm just, ow. As you can see, failing at it on occasion. You kind of missed my entire talk of a theoretical Touhou game. Oh, your profile picture was cute, and I wanted to compliment it, even though I have no idea what it is. And also, even though it's like a tiny, tiny, maybe 10 or 15 pixels wide, if even that. Or is that what for a theoretical Touhou game? You can probably see... Ow. You can probably see it if you go back on the chat where me and Yuen were talking about it. Mouse went through screen. I hope you enjoyed this, the chill atmosphere of me getting beaten up by an immortal NEET. Or was that the what for? Was the immortal NEET part was what you said what for? Because that's the character I'm fighting against. Her name is Kaguya. She's based out on Kaguya, Hime Kaguya from the Tale of a Bamboo Cutter. That's what she's based on. And so she's an immortal shut-in. Not out of her not out of her own free will, though. Possibly out of her own free will. I know. He's kind of weird. He's also a bit of a troll. And just a tiny bit of an idiot. But oh, isn't that every Touhou character except the ones that actually want to kill you? Ow. And the JoJo character. We need more interactions like the one in Perfect Cherry Blossom. I want more interactions with people considering Sakuya as a guard dog and calling her just a dog. Cause that's, I don't know, interesting as a character thing, because she's a maid. That's her duty, but like the idea of her being the guard dog or the attack dog rather than Mei Ling being that, I know, is interesting to me. Am I gonna get? Am I gonna get? Am I gonna get this time? That same red bullet! That same red bullet! The same one! Come on! Oh, that's so frustrating. Ow. How's your day been, Amon? I don't know if you're still there, but... Oh! Okay, I'm curious. Ow. I'm curious if it will be easier going from the front. I'm gonna try this for a couple times. I'm curious if it's easier to do from the front. No, it's about the same, honestly. It's about the same. Because you start out closer to it as it's shooting, and you're already going from the frustrating part, so it's like, I guess I'll just stay back here. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that felt so good. That felt so good, man. I didn't beat it because I was goofy. I didn't beat it because I was lucky. I didn't beat it because my brain shut off and my hands just went ba-dee-ba-ba-ba-dee-boo-ba. No, that was all skill. That was all skill. Easy. Easy. All skill. Nothing but skill. That was all mastery of the craft. That was all mastery. What was it called again? Oh. Not stage 6. Specifically, oh, well, yeah, that would be the last spell. Hmm. Tree Ocean of Harai. So it'd be Tree Ocean of Harai. 2. Oh yeah, 197 attempts. Oh yeah. Easy. Five. His last spell. Any more I need to do to, like, complete all? No, just selectable when 30 last spells are acquired, selectable when extra cleared with at least 3 characters, selectable when final B cleared with 6 or more characters. Selectable when beat hard or lunatic mode with Lulu Solo. Selectable when all spell cards of normal difficulty with Marissa Solo. That one. That's gonna be a pain. You have to go. Oh, actually, it's just all normals. Selectable when number 206, 207, 208, and 212 have been seen once. Which means I have to at least beat extra for that one. When 209, 210, and 211. 4 of those. Okay. What does it say? The Ocean of Trees that is famous for its turning trap, making compasses inoperative. If you're thinking of going there after you're done with this game, think twice. Final selectable. What? What does that mean? Final selectable. Because it's final selectable, all clear. Okay, how do we do normal clear of it? Because nothing I have left dictates I need hard. What I could try and do is get... Okay, wait. Spell practice. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm confused. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9. Seven. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So... okay, so I think... do practice start. Waxing. Human. Oh, I can start for A or for B. To get the, extras. If that's the case... I'm missing this one's... oh no, I'm missing this one's Lunatic. Missing the stage is Lunatic. What? Okay. Okay. So, I think if I get to the end of this and I'm not the time... I did not feel safe. Okay. Well, that stinks. Well... oh, well that stinks. Oh, that also stinks. Oh gosh, that scared me. Well then, I am not going to be getting to this. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not... Okay, we try from the start. That's... Oh boy! Try this one more time and then I'll call it. Okay, that is 2 times. That's... Okay, yeah, no, I can't... Not right now, not after all that hooray. Okay, I'm in bullet depression. Okay, that's gonna be the stream today. I'm probably gonna play this again tomorrow and then probably try and get last words. Last spells, so I can do that. The 30 last spell, last word. And then, or I might just do another one. Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Ah. Adding. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna be playing this again to get back in the rhythm. I don't know if I'm going to be doing another run in normal mode with Marissa, or if I'm gonna be doing a hard mode run with like the Scarlet team. No, I need to be B. I need to be A with them anyway. I don't know if I'm going to do Scarlet A, or if I'm going to do Marissa B. And I don't know if I'm going to do it on hard or normal. If I do it on hard, that way I can unlock hard with Renmu, so I can practice that. I don't really need to do that to get anything now. I would just want to do it because I could. There's nothing I need to do that with. I don't know. But I know I'm going to do a run more than like. I'm probably not going to do any more spell practice. Because there's nothing in spell practice I need to do to unlock last word other than Marissa's, but I don't have Marissa's solo unlocked. And then that's beating the game in Final B. Select word number 206, 207, 208, and 212 see at least once. But that would be with extra stage. That I would need to beat it with Lunatic. Beat the game in Lunatic. Doesn't matter if I 1cc this or not. This doesn't matter if I 1cc or not. So I might attempt this with someone I think I could do it with 3 cc's. Probably Annings. Probably would not do Kaguya. Well, I wouldn't be able to get to Kaguya anyway. So yeah, I'd have to do Annings. So I think I could do it. Especially now if I'm having to do 1cc. And thankfully this is the one I would want to do with funny enough, this is like the easiest last word because there's a mess up with this one. Now I need to do 30 last spells, which if I was to go through stage 6B hard, I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. I would need to do hard of this. 5. Oh. It is selectable. I just didn't beat it. Easy, normal, hard. I just died to, I think, Astronomical and Toomey. Yeah. I just lost to astronomical tuning. Okay. Let's practice hard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Eight. 9, 10. I could probably do it normal. And I might be able to do it on hard, so 9, 10. 11, 12. 13, 14. That's 14 more, and I know I have at least 15 done. That's how you unlock Deflation World. I know I have at least 15. Okay, so I might do that. I don't know if I'd want to do it on a character I know I could do it with, like Ramu and Yukari, or if I'd want to do it with a different character, just to unlock it. But I would have to do it with Ramu's. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end. Goodbye. Good night. Bye. Bye.